All right. Welcome, one and all, to the Off the Rails Sports Podcast. I am your host, John. And if you could kindly hit that like and subscribe button, it means a lot to us. And we are going to go into the world of sports for Wednesday, July 2nd. God, we passed Bobby Bonilla Day. On July 1st, that is when the Mets have to pay him $1.19 million every year for basically having him delay a payment in 2000 till 2011. It was $5.7 million or something like that. And the payments continue until 2035. And they actually are celebrating it in New York. God, go figure that. How crazy is that? We're going to celebrate some guy who's been retired for 25 years, paying him $1.1 million. God, that's just crazy. Yeah, I know, right? I'm a busy man. All right, let us go into the world of sports. Let's start with I'm not a Dodger fan. I'm a Red Sox fan, but man, I appreciate greatness. And Clayton Kershaw is great. Um, he becomes the 20th member of the 3,000 strikeout club. He's the fourth lefty after Randy Johnson, Steve Carlton, and CC Sabathia, which, be honest with you, I didn't know CC was that dominant. I mean, that 3,000 strikeouts, that's a bloody lot, especially in years where, it's not like Nolan Ryan having 383 beating Sandy Koufax's 382. I mean, these guys, they're lucky if they get 240. That's a real good year. I'm not going to go too much into this. I'm going to leave it for the deeper dive. But Clayton Kershaw, he has just had an amazing, amazing career. His ERA is 2.51. He's got the fourth lowest ERA since 2021 of pitchers who have pitched at least 400 innings. The guy, he has gotten injured every year since 2016, but man, I'm telling you, this guy has a resume. And honestly, I do want to see him retire as a Dodger. Is he a better pitcher? I'm going to ask that to Brian. Is he a better pitcher than Sandy Koufax? I think Sandy Koufax, that 6-year run was amazing, but man, I'm telling you, this run he's been on for 20 years is just insane. All right, let's continue. We got the All-Stars. I'm gonna leave most of that for me and Brian to talk about on our podcast. We basically focus on baseball. Let's go to the NBA. The Los Angeles Lakers finally filled that center position, which they've been desperately trying to do. And obviously, I think they've done a piss poor job of it this offseason. There was a lot of centers. It was actually a glut of centers. And they ended up with DeAndre Ayton. Great. Portland cut him, bought him out on Sunday night. He got a 2-year deal, second year as a player option with the Lakers. To me, if this is your pick and roll guy, if this is your roll to the rim guy with Luka Doncic, I don't know, man. Maybe it works. We'll find out. Plenty of stuff I don't know, but it seemed like it was kind of a calm day. I still haven't heard anything about Jonathan Kuminga, what's going on with that, but I'm sure that's going to come to fruition. I will say this, it doesn't seem like there's much movement with the restricted free agents, and to me, it seems like this must be a byproduct of the CBA that you better get a deal before you become a restricted free agent, because once you do, man, they lock you out. I mean, I just don't understand why teams, well, I guess Brooklyn's really the team that comes to mind, that have salary cap, how come they're not wreaking havoc on the league? How come they're not getting picks and stuff? And Jesus Christ, who uses all 5 picks? I mean, couldn't you have traded it, for, Derek Queen? I mean, and got a first round pick from New Orleans next year? I don't know. What do I know, right? All right, let's talk about Wimbledon real quick. The biggest, best tournament in the world for tennis. Alcaraz, that incredible comeback at the French. I'm still stunned at it. I thought Sinner had him lock, stock, and barrel, but he showed what a champion he really is. He cruised, won in straight sets. His win streak at Wimbledon is now 20 matches. Arna Sabalenka is one of the top tennis players in the world on the women's side. She urged Alexander Zverev, uh, who was the number 3 seed, to open up about his mental health issues. And he lost. He was the number 3, like I said. He lost in 5 sets on Tuesday. And boy, this guy must really be in a dark place. I hope he gets help. We've seen quite a few. It does seem like on the pro tennis tour, the women are much more open to getting mental health and addressing mental health issues. I think of the great tennis player Osaka from a couple years ago, literally took a year off. I mean, we've seen a lot of these women do it. I don't know. I'm in awe of it. And honestly, the fame and the fortune are great, but at the end of the day, they are people and they have issues. They have breakups. They have family issues. They have money issues. They have stuff that goes on. And I'm glad somebody was brave enough to tell this gentleman, hey, man, address it because we don't want to just see you doing something tragic and terrible. I'm not going to start saying, crazy stuff, but all right. Let's get to baseball and talk about what's going on in the league. I'm going to throw something out there. The Yankees are 13-18 since May 28th. All right. Anytime I can put the knife in the Yankees, damn straight I will. You got that right. All right. The Red Sox, in an upset of all upsets, actually beat the Reds 5-3. Wow, the Red Sox are 43-44. Wow. Bello got the win. Kudos, kudos, kudos. That was the late game from Tuesday, sorry. The Rays beat the Athletics 6-5. Let's just keep going because really we are in the dog days here. Not really. August will be the dog days. The Pirates beat the Cardinals 5-0. Keller got the win. He is 3-10. Let me tell you something. When a guy who is 2-10 going into the game lights you up, shuts you out, that's a problem. That's a real problem. Padres beat the Phillies 6-4. Pavetta gets your win. He's 9-2. What a great pickup that was for the Padres. Tigers keep rolling. 11-2 over the Nationals. Smith got the win for the Tigers. Brewers beat the Mets 7-2. Peralta, truly one of the most underrated pitchers in baseball. I am interested to see if he will be bait at the trade deadline. He is 9-4 with a 2.9 ERA. That might be a game changer for some team. The Phillies came back and beat the Padres 5-1. Sanchez got your win. For the Phillies, he is 7-2 with a 2.6 ERA. Mets beat the Marlins 2-1. Woods got your win. The Nationals in the nightcap beat the Tigers 9-4. And let me tell you, we got a lot of double headers because these teams aren't going to play each other again, and they don't want to make a special trip over to Washington, D.C. to play the crappy Nationals. Henry got your win. Yankees, Blue Jays 11, Yankees 9. Garcia gets your win. Yankees, like I said, 13-18 since May 28th. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. The Reds came back today and beat the Red Sox 8-4 because, hey, who doesn't beat the Red Sox? The Mets in the second game beat the Brewers 7-3. Nothing to see there. Braves got a little home cooking. Beat the Angels 8-3. Bummer got the win. I'm not sure I'd want to. I think I might change my name if your last name is Bummer. The Cubs beat the Guardians 5-4. And the Cubs are just playing. They really are playing excellent, excellent baseball. David Ross has got this team just playing great. 51-35. 16 games over 500. Amanga got the win. He's 5-2 with a 2.7 ERA. Rangers took the series from the Orioles. They won 6-0. Evalde got the win. They're still a game under 500. I do not understand how that happens because their pitching staff has been lights out. And in the shock of all shocks, they can't hit. Makes you wonder, is Chris Young going to address that at the trade deadline? Astros keep rolling. Of course, it helps when you play the Rockies, who should be relegated 5-3. Brown got the win, having an incredible year, 9-3 with a 1.5 ERA. God dang, 1.8. Sorry. Jesus, those numbers are so small. Even I can't see them. Mariners beat the Royals 3-2. Vargas gets your win. The Diamondbacks lost to the Giants 6-5 and 10. And the Dodgers, once again, beating up on the week, win 5-4 over the White Sox. And like I said, Kershaw gets his 3,000th K. Kudos to him. I love you, Clayton Kershaw, but man, what are you going to do? All right, if you could, hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us. And we will see you soon on Off the Rails Sports Podcast.